just in conjunction with the videos that we're doing, this is the third video that we've completed today, being International Women's Day. As long as I've probably been involved in the club, there's always been a backbone of, I would say, amazing ladies all the way through. Veronica Goss, Isha Williams, Mary Fanning would have been my early introductions to the ladies' committees and any kind of fundraising that was going on. Right through to the moment, we have, we've got Denise Emmett, Cait always there anytime a hand is needed. Chris McConvey still heavily involved, and I suppose we can't really go without mentioning Joanne Kenny, who's seriously at this moment in time during COVID has been a massive backbone of the club. She's a mum of 3, full-time, working, remotely at home, taking on a role of COVID officer on top of everything else, and has been pretty much incredible all of last year with what was going on. And then really, I suppose, Cait, I think there's a lot of fond memories that go back with me and you, and there's an amazing friendship that has been built up with you and a certain group of ladies that you have been involved with. Take me through your involvement with Skerries Harps.
Well, I was trying to figure out how long I've been involved with Skerries Harps. My husband Joe used to play with a team in town, and he was actually supposed to transfer out here to play junior football back in the 80s, I think it was, or maybe late 80s, early 90s. So it's close enough 30 years since I first got involved in Skerries Harps. No, he didn't actually get to play football because through injury, but I suppose both of us then became heavily involved in the club in various committees. I would have become involved in the ladies club or in the ladies committee with my memory that time is of the people that were there before I came in were Helen Walsh, Isha Williams, as you said, Veronica, and Dylan, Mary Fanning, and Gráinne Ellis. They're the people I remember. I'm sure there are others, and Cait, that there are others there that probably went before that, but they're the ones that stand out in my mind as they were the people that were on the front line when I joined. And as the years progressed then, I suppose people drop off committees, and then a few more names came in, and we had Catherine Rogan joined us at some stage, and Kathleen McPoland was there, and over the years then I got in. Veronica used to run the bar at the time. I helped her out on that committee, and then when Helen moved away from the ladies, I kind of took over the role there. And then for a few years, I think for 4 years after Kathleen went working with Dublin County Board, I took over the job as PRO. And along with that, then there was a little shop down there in a container that I suppose we ran for about 15 or 16 years. So yeah, I suppose, yeah, I was very involved for many, many, many years there and enjoyed every minute of it. And I served the non-executive for about, I think 16 or 17 years maybe, yeah. So yeah, it's been a great journey, and made some fantastic friends there, like Helen and Gráinne and Catherine and myself. There was a bunch of us there that were very close friends, and we used to go out on social occasions together. And then Geraldine Murphy, I had known for over 40 years. Geraldine Niall, I had known Geraldine through the other football team that Joe was involved in, and so there's friendships that were made there, and to this day, thankfully, are still strong. So it has been a great journey, a great club to be involved in. I mean, to see what the club has evolved from, when that, I think that was in 1986 that the house was bought on the Dublin Road, and to see the work that has been put into the club to develop it is just amazing, you know, absolutely amazing.
You know, I think the day that's in it being International Women's Day can't really go without discussing, you know, Kathleen McPoland. To me, I've had so many fond memories of such an inspirational lady. I think in every way possible. You know, talk me through, Cait, your friendship and your both your love of GA.
Oh, like, I suppose the ironic thing was, you know, when I think of Kathleen, I came from a family of 10, and we were literally born into GA. Like, I just remember, since I was a very young child, there was 10 children, but there was, every time you looked out the back, there was football jerseys on the line there. And I think Kathleen was exactly the same, as that she was a family of 9, and born in again to a very strong GA family. So it's a privilege really to be, you know, to bring it through with you and that. And she was very go ahead. Like, when she got the job in, I mean, I think Kathleen kind of was very much the instigator in summer camps, if I can remember. She would have been the one that organised us anyway, you know, and she was an amazing organiser. And then when she got and those summer camps, like, they're going right through, I think it was the Leinster Council took over then at one stage and used to, they kind of do a lot of the background work, but that has continued through the years. And like, when you look there on a summer's day and see all those kids down there, it's just such a great feeling. And then she got a job in the county board, and she was heavily involved in the county board in the development of juvenile games and that. You know, she made an absolute massive contribution to the development of Dublin juvenile section. As I said, she was an amazing organizer. She was great fun and a great friend, and she would just literally talk to anybody. You know, when anybody that was in the club would know that, you know, Kathleen had a good word for anyone, you know, and she was a strong lady. She was a very strong lady, and unfortunately, you know, during COVID we lost her, and that was very, very tough for her family, and tough for her friends. And unfortunately, we couldn't celebrate, you know, her life the way we would like to have done it. But we'll do it in the future. We will do it in the future when we can all be back together. And, you know, when she passed away, it was like as if there was something unfinished that normally everyone would get together afterwards and bring, you know, talk about the happy memories and sad times as well, but happy times in particular with Kathleen. And we never got to do that. And it weighs heavy on the heart to think you just couldn't do that. And because she certainly deserved a massive send off, you know, and, but please God, we will be able to do it in time. And, you know, yeah, but she was absolutely fantastic. She was fantastic. Yeah. And we miss her, and she was a good friend to Skerries Harps, you know. She did stuff there in the background, probably people knew nothing about, and she was a good friend to Skerries Harps Club, you know. Yeah.
I think from my point, she was, you know, when you say, you know, her better friendship with Skerries Harps, you know, she'd always kind of send a message to me to send on to Lindsay regarding, you know, games, and you'd always get those little private messages from her, you know. But it's just remembering, you know, I think I know we had a conversation, Cait, yesterday, and we spoke about an event that, you know, a community event that we had in Skerries a couple of years back called the Cycle Against Suicide, when about 1,000 cyclists came into Skerries, and I was part of that group. And I remember, oh, such fond memories, you know, yourself, Catherine, Grania, and Kathleen kind of being there when we had cycled all around Ireland and came in
Yeah.
in the orange colours, and the work that you ladies had done. You know, we had come in just after the Giro d'Italia, if you remember.
That's right.
And how
Yeah.
we got away with doing that. We had come out, you know, we'd come in around there, and the work that you guys had just put together with all the
Yeah.
cyclists coming in, all the sandwiches that were done,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
just, I think for me it will be kind of up there with one of my fondest memories of all of you ladies. The work that you, it's just it could never
was
be.
fantastic. We used to have fun days as well, for family days in the club. And I remember one time, Kathleen, they had a jeep, and we'd gone over to Balbriggan and we bought a tank full of goldfish. And I'll never forget coming back in the car, and Kathleen was supposed to be driving slow, which she didn't do too easily, I have to say. And all I could see was the splashes of water and the fish, and you know, up and down. I'm saying, if you don't slow down, these are going to end up on the floor. But like those days, the organisation that went into those days, like the women that organised those days, it was fantastic. It was like I was saying there earlier, that the summer camps, like some of us used to take the whole week off work to go down and be there and feed the coaches and be there for when the kids needed to go to bathrooms or first aid or anything like that, you know. And that kind of voluntary work was just, you know, unbelievable, you know. And it's great to see it continuing today. Like, no better woman than Joanne Dillon, Joanne Kenny. I mean, she is absolutely fantastic, the work that she's put in over the last number of years. And there's a few more women around her. You don't want to leave anybody out, you know, like Catherine Rogan now has been on committee level down there for I have no clue how long, you know. And she might even convince me to come back on, you know, at the rate she's going. Lovely to see the young people like Denise and some of those people coming in now. That is, to me, is what it's all about. It was like as if it went circle from Helen, God rest her, and imagine Helen is gone from us, another amazing lady, gone from us 10 years this year. And that's hard to believe. She was, oh my God, Helen, she was just full of fun and, you know, energy, and, you know, you just couldn't describe the nights that we had, the times that we had all together, you know. But it's lovely to see that it has, to see the circle, you know. You had, say, Anne Dillon there was on that first committee when I was there, and now to see Joanne, her daughter, you know, and I think it's because of they paved the way for us, those ladies. You know, they founded the committee. We came and followed. Then you have another generation, and now you have another generation again. And I think that is what's absolutely fantastic, is that the generations that follow through, and the commitment that people give. Like, it's all, I know today we're talking about International Women's Day, but like, it's the actual amazing commitment that volunteers give to these organizations that are the absolute backbone to any organization, you know. And it makes you a better person anyway, to be able to say that you have volunteered and helped out. And you see, like Lindsay and Brian Cullen, all those kids that came up there, and we're so proud. We're proud of every child that comes through our club anyway, you know. And to see some of those kids that we had in summer camps, like now in their late 30s, and you see them walking around with their children, you'll say, oh my God, where did that time go, you know. And these guys are all, well, they're certainly looking down on me anyway, because I'm not that very tall, but like these strappy lads, I see Collie Daly down there on the beach walking with his two children, like, you know. And I think, imagine we had all those boys, you know, up through the ranks. And yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, it's fantastic.
If, you know, if yourself and Kathleen was still here today on International, you know, to, you know, having a glass of wine and celebrating,
I know.
what do you think she'd be telling you to do? What would she be telling us to do to stay well and to stay positive?
Well, staying well was a challenge, and Kathleen was a very positive person for sure. Um, like she'd always see, what is it, the glass half full. I'd be the opposite. I'd always see the glass half empty. But staying positive through COVID, I think COVID has been such a challenge to everybody, some more than others. But like you might say, God, why could it be a challenge to you? You're retired now, and but I suppose I'd be a people's person, and first of all, I miss my children that are living away from home, but um, you know, not having the close contact with people, and gosh, we miss the club. We miss the J Club so badly, like not to be able to go down and watch a game. We were so, I suppose we took it all for granted. It'll be an absolute lesson to us all, that how much we should appreciate what we have. I think staying healthy, you just have to try and get up every morning and say, this is going to be a good day. I have to deal with today, whatever comes today, I'll deal with it. And try not let yourself get down about it, because we do know, and there are signs now that it is improving, and that, please God, things will be better in the summer. They mightn't be exactly what they were, but anything would be better than what it has been. And you look out and you see a bright day and you say to yourself, gosh, aren't we so lucky to live here by the sea? We're not stuck inside an apartment block someplace with 3 kids that we can't even take out for walks because they're outside their zone. So we are extremely lucky where we live, and getting out and walking every day and breathing in that fresh air that is free to us all, and and putting a smile on our face. I think that's what we just have to keep doing. It wasn't, luckily we didn't know 12 months ago what was ahead of us, and thankfully we've got through it. I hope most people have got through it unscathed, but it has been an effort, and we will continue to just enjoy the nature that's around us, and keep going, and look forward to going back down and watching a few football games and camogie games, and see the kids back out in the academies with Louise on a Saturday morning. I must say, I think that's the one thing I get absolute huge enjoyment out of, is when you're walking down the Dublin Road, and you look in and you see a few hundred children in there, and the shouts and the screams and the enjoyment. It would just lift anybody's hearts, and they're the future of Skerries Harps. And I think if we treat them right, then they'll be the people of the future in Skerries Harps. Yeah.
Coach, thank you so much.
It was
Finally, got to ask you, who's going to win the Sam this year, Dublin or Kerry? Where are your loyalties?
Now, Jackie, after this year, there's a split house here.
I know.
I have to say, one of the greatest memories ever, and Dublin were beat Kerry that year, was when Brian brought Sam Maguire back to Skerries Harps, and Jor and I were very much involved in the organising with all the other people, and not just us, of that, and the pride of seeing Brian come to Skerries to our club. And that's where we have to separate things sometimes, is that we're Kerry at heart. We always will be Kerry people. I know we've lived here for over 40 years, but to see the joy that it brought to our own children who hadn't seen Sam since 95, was it, or something, and to see the joy in our own club, it was worth it. Now, I don't want it to continue happening. I think Kerry got an awful shock this year. They just did not turn up on the day. And I believe there is an All-Ireland in Kerry. I certainly do believe, just like there's an All-Ireland in Mayo. How long we'll have to wait for it, I don't know. I think for the game, it would be good if there was another team. But look, Dublin have deserved to be where they are. They're an amazing outfit, and you can't take it away from them. But I will be still hoping that Kerry will be certainly get that past the first game in Munster this year anyway. Yeah, so we'll see. We won't fall out over it, Jackie.
I know, absolutely not. Cait, listen,
yeah.
thank you just so much.
Well, it was my
out.
pleasure, and as I said, Jackie, I've enjoyed many days in Skerries Harps, and I will continue to do it. It's an absolute fantastic club. It really is, yeah. And especially for our young people, we need to mind our young people in this day and age. We need to mind our young people. Yeah.
Exactly. Cait, thank you very much. Really.
You're welcome, Jack. Bye-bye.
And to everybody, to probably all our ladies out there today in Skerries Harps, we've mentioned past, the present, and as Cait said, there's a great future out there as well of ladies that are there and will be the backbone of our club. So to everybody, happy International Women's Day. Bye-bye.